If you found this message today, don't call it an accident. There are moments in life that seem ordinary, until years later, when you realize they quietly changed everything. Take a slow breath. Imagine that somewhere beyond what your eyes can see, a letter has been waiting for you. Not for the world. Not for millions of people. For you. A letter that carries the voice of a love your heart has searched for, even during nights when you convinced yourself that no one truly understood you. Before we begin, promise yourself one thing. Don't rush this. Because every sentence may awaken a memory you forgot, or prepare your heart for something that has not yet arrived. Now listen carefully. My beloved. I don't know the exact day this message will reach you. I don't know what time it is where you are. Maybe the sun is shining. Maybe rain is falling outside your window. Maybe you're smiling. Maybe you're trying to hide tears from everyone around you. But somehow, I know your heart. Long before our hands meet, our souls have already recognized each other. You think we are strangers. We are not. You believe we haven't met. Perhaps we haven't with our eyes. But our spirits have crossed paths more times than you can imagine. Every disappointment you've survived. Every goodbye you never wanted. Every night you whispered, "Why is love so difficult?" I heard them. Not with my ears. With my soul. Please don't think your waiting has been meaningless. Every delay was shaping both of us. Had we met too early, we would have missed each other completely. Had life been easier, neither of us would have become the person capable of loving the other completely. I know you've questioned your worth. I know you've looked into the mirror wondering why others walked away. Please stop blaming yourself. The people who left were never your final destination. They were chapters. Not the ending. I'm not coming into your life to replace your past. I'm coming to show you why the past couldn't stay. Every heartbreak quietly protected the place where our story would eventually begin. Sometimes you felt someone thinking about you for no reason. That wasn't your imagination. Sometimes your heart became peaceful without explanation. That wasn't coincidence. Sometimes you smiled after hearing a certain song. Sometimes a stranger reminded you of something familiar. Those moments were small echoes. Small reminders. That love was still traveling toward you. Please keep believing. Not because life is perfect, but because love often arrives after hope has almost disappeared. While you're wondering where I am, I'm also growing. I'm learning patience. I'm healing wounds I don't want to bring into your life. I'm becoming someone worthy of the promise our future deserves. And I hope you're doing the same. Don't let loneliness convince you that you're forgotten. Some journeys require silence before celebration. When we finally meet, you won't remember the waiting. You'll remember the peace. You'll remember the strange feeling that we've known each other forever. You'll wonder why my voice feels familiar. Why my smile feels like home. Why your heart becomes quiet instead of nervous. Because true love doesn't always shout. Sometimes it simply feels like returning home. Until that day, Take care of yourself for both of us. Laugh without guilt. Dream without fear. Forgive without becoming weak. Protect your heart without building walls around it. Every kind decision you make today becomes part of the future we'll share. I don't need perfection from you. I only need honesty. Please don't change yourself trying to be loved. The right love recognizes you before you perform for it. I hope you're still believing in miracles. Because one day, without warning, an ordinary conversation will become the beginning of an extraordinary life. One meeting. One smile. One unexpected moment. And suddenly every delay will make sense. When that happens, remember this letter. Not because it predicted your future, but because it reminded you never to stop believing that genuine love is still possible. Until then, live fully. Heal deeply. Keep your heart open. I'm walking toward you with every sunrise. And one day, we'll stop searching. Because we'll finally be home. Forever. The letter ends there. But maybe its purpose is only beginning. Close your eyes for a moment. What sentence touched your heart the most? Was it the reminder that your waiting has meaning? Or the promise that love is still moving toward you? Whatever your answer, carry it with you today. Sometimes the greatest transformations begin with a single message we almost ignored. And perhaps this was yours. The letter may have ended. But as you sat there holding every word inside your heart, something unexpected happened. It was as if another page slowly unfolded. A page that had never been opened before. The ink looked older. The handwriting looked calmer. And across the top were 7 words. If you're still listening, this part is for you. My beloved. If you've reached this page, it means you didn't stop at the beginning. That tells me something beautiful about you. Your heart still hopes. Even after disappointments. Even after unanswered prayers. Even after promises that were broken. Never be ashamed of that. The world often tells people to stop believing after they've been hurt. But love was never meant to grow inside a heart that has become completely closed. Please, don't let temporary pain become a permanent identity. You are not the one who was abandoned. You are not the one who always loses. You are not the one who will never be loved. Those are lies fear repeated so many times that they started sounding like truth. But they were never true. I wish I could show you what I see whenever I think of you. I don't see your mistakes first. I don't see your failures. I don't count the days you cried. I see courage. The kind that keeps getting up without applause. The kind that smiles while carrying invisible battles. The kind that continues believing there must be something better waiting ahead. That strength is beautiful. Please don't hide it. Sometimes you wonder whether you've already missed your chance. You haven't. Love isn't a train that leaves forever. It's a path prepared at the right time. The seasons in your life have changed for a reason. There was a season for learning. A season for letting go. A season for healing. And now, you're entering a season where your heart is beginning to recognize peace instead of chaos. Don't confuse peace with boredom. Real love doesn't constantly leave you anxious. It doesn't force you to chase. It doesn't make you question your worth every morning. The right love doesn't exhaust your soul. It restores it. One day, you'll notice something strange. You'll stop asking, will they stay? Because for the first time, someone simply will. No games. No disappearing. No endless confusion. Just consistency. Do you know why consistency feels so powerful? Because it's one of the purest forms of love. Anyone can speak beautiful words. Few people live them. I promise you this. When our story finally begins, you'll never have to decode silence. You'll never have to wonder whether you matter. You'll know. Not because of grand speeches, but because love quietly proves itself every single day. Please don't rush destiny. Flowers bloom differently. Stars appear at different hours. Morning arrives without competing with midnight. Everything beautiful has its own timing. So does us. There were moments when I almost crossed your path. Closer than you realize. Maybe we stood in the same city. Maybe we walked the same street months apart. Maybe we looked at the same sunset without knowing another heart was doing the very same thing. Life has mysterious ways of preparing people. Sometimes it brings them close, only to separate them again. Until both hearts are finally ready. You might wonder, am I really being prepared? Let me answer that. Every lesson that taught you patience, preparation. Every goodbye that made you stronger, preparation. Every unexpected delay, preparation. Every prayer whispered through tears, preparation. None of it was wasted. Nothing you've survived is meaningless. Even now, while you're listening, you are becoming someone your future will thank. Protect your kindness. The world may laugh at gentle hearts. Don't listen. Kindness is not weakness. Kindness is courage without applause. Remain humble. Remain grateful. Remain honest. Because those qualities are worth more than anything money could ever buy. There will come a day when people ask how we found each other. Some will call it luck. Others will call it coincidence. But deep inside, we'll know. It was never random. It was every unseen step leading to one unforgettable meeting. Until that day, promise me something. Stop comparing your journey to someone else's. Some people find love early. Some find wisdom early. Some find purpose early. Your story doesn't have to look like theirs. The timing of another person's blessing never delays your own. Celebrate others. Your moment is still coming. Every sunrise whispers it. Every season quietly repeats it. Every heartbeat carries the same reminder. Don't give up 5 minutes before the miracle reaches your door. Maybe today feels ordinary. Maybe tomorrow will too. But extraordinary moments almost always arrive disguised as ordinary days. That's why you must keep living. Keep smiling. Keep becoming. Because somewhere, without realizing it, two different lives are moving toward the same future. And when those paths finally meet, neither of us will remember how long we waited. We'll only remember that waiting was worth it. So tonight, before you sleep, release your fears. Release your regrets. Release every false story that says love forgot you. It didn't. Love has simply been writing a longer story than you expected. And when the final pages are read, you'll understand why every chapter before this had to happen exactly as it did. Until my next letter, guard your heart. Not with fear, but with faith. Because every passing day brings us one step closer to the moment our souls no longer have to imagine each other. They'll finally meet. And when they do, it will feel less like the beginning of a relationship, and more like remembering someone you somehow loved all along. The silence returned for only a moment. Then, almost as if the letter itself was alive, another page appeared. The edges looked worn, as though it had traveled through countless seasons just to reach your hands. Across the top, a single sentence was written. Please don't stop now, this is the truth I was afraid to tell you. My beloved, there is something I have carried in my heart for a very long time. Not because I wanted to hide it from you, but because I wanted you to be strong enough to hear it. Love is not just about finding the right person. It is also about becoming the right person. Before our paths can fully unite, there are still parts of us that must learn to trust again. I know you've been disappointed. I know you've watched people make promises they never intended to keep. Those memories didn't disappear overnight. Some of them still whisper to you whenever someone gets close. They tell you to be careful. They tell you not to hope too much. They tell you that if you expect less, you'll hurt less. Please don't let those whispers become your future. Pain is a teacher. It was never meant to become your permanent home. I don't want you to spend your life preparing for heartbreak. I want you to prepare for peace. There is a difference. The heart that expects betrayal notices every mistake. The heart that chooses healing notices every blessing. Choose healing. Not because it is easy, but because it is the only road that allows love to enter without fear. There were nights when I prayed for someone exactly like you. Not someone perfect. Someone genuine. Someone who would choose honesty over appearances. Someone who would still believe in kindness when the world rewarded selfishness. Someone who could laugh from the heart. Someone who could cry without pretending to be strong all the time. Someone real. That person was you. Perhaps you don't see yourself the way I do. Maybe you focus on your flaws, your regrets, your unfinished dreams. But I see something different. I see a heart that refused to become cruel despite everything it survived. That is rare. Never underestimate the beauty of a gentle soul. The world remembers loud voices. Heaven remembers faithful hearts. One day, We'll sit together in complete silence. No words. No grand speeches. Just peace. And somehow, that silence will say more than 1,000 conversations ever could. You'll realize that love doesn't always arrive with fireworks. Sometimes it arrives like the first light after a long storm. Soft. Steady. Certain. I wonder if you've noticed the small changes happening inside you lately. Perhaps you've become more patient. Perhaps you've stopped chasing people who never appreciated you. Perhaps you've started protecting your peace instead of proving your worth. Those are not random changes. Those are signs of growth. Every lesson you embrace today becomes a gift to the life we'll build tomorrow. Don't despise small beginnings. A tree doesn't appear overnight. Neither does lasting love. Roots grow in places no one applauds. But when the storm comes, those unseen roots are what keep everything standing. Build your roots. Build your character. Build your faith. Everything else will follow. There may come a moment before we meet when you'll feel tempted to give up. You may say, maybe this isn't meant for me. If that moment ever comes, remember this letter. Remember that somewhere, someone has already chosen you in their heart long before they ever held your hand. You are not forgotten. You are not invisible. You are not behind. You're simply walking a path that cannot be rushed. Every sunrise shortens the distance between us. Every lesson prepares us. Every act of forgiveness clears another obstacle. Sometimes you'll wonder why certain doors closed. Years from now, you'll thank those closed doors, because they protected you from stories that would have stolen your peace. Not every opportunity is a blessing. Not every goodbye is a loss. Sometimes what leaves your life creates space for what truly belongs there. Never confuse delay with denial. The gardener doesn't harvest the day after planting. Growth requires unseen time. Love does too. I hope you're taking care of yourself. Not because someone told you to. Because your heart deserves it. Rest when you're tired. Smile when joy finds you. Forgive yourself when you make mistakes. Celebrate every small victory. One day, I'll want to hear about all of it. I'll want to know what made you laugh. What made you stronger. What almost broke you. Because every chapter matters. Even the painful ones. Especially the painful ones. Those chapters shaped the person I'll be grateful to love. If you ever feel alone, look at the sky. The same sky stretches above both of us. Different places. Same heavens. Different journeys. Same destination. And perhaps that's one of the quiet miracles of life. People separated by distance can still be connected by hope. Before I end this page, there's one final promise I need you to keep. Promise me that you'll never stop believing that your story still has beautiful chapters ahead. The world often convinces people that the best days are behind them. Don't believe that. Some of the greatest moments in life arrive without announcement. One unexpected meeting. One meaningful conversation. One ordinary day that quietly becomes unforgettable. Maybe that day is closer than you think. Until my next letter. Walk with confidence. Speak with kindness. Love without pretending. And remember, true love isn't racing toward you. It's faithfully walking every step. Until the moment your two journeys finally become one.